Have you ever wondered how a small South American country like Uruguay managed to create a robust and resilient economy? Over the past 20 years, Uruguay has navigated through significant economic transformations, and it's a journey worth exploring. The early 2000s brought about a severe economic crisis, plunging the country into a deep recession. But with tenacity and strategic planning, Uruguay gradually clawed its way out. And from the mid-2000s, the economy began to grow steadily. The expansion of the agricultural sector, especially in soybean and beef production, has been a key driver of this growth. But it's not all about markets and money. Uruguay's economic success story is also tied to its commitment to social welfare. The government has implemented measures to reduce poverty and inequality, investing in education, healthcare, and social assistance programs. So let's embark on a journey to unravel the economic story of Uruguay. The year 2002 marked a dark period in Uruguay's economic history. The country was caught in the throes of a severe financial crisis, one that sent shockwaves through its economic structures. The nation found itself submerged in a deep recession, with its economy teetering on the brink of collapse. But Uruguay is a resilient nation, and it didn't take long for the recovery process to begin. Amidst the gloom of the crisis, the country found its silver lining in the form of its agricultural sector. This sector emerged as a beacon of hope, leading the charge towards economic stability. The nation's fertile plains proved to be a goldmine for soybean and beef production. These two commodities became the twin engines that powered Uruguay's economic recovery. The surge in their production led to an impressive boost in exports, injecting much-needed vitality into the economy. The turnaround was remarkable. From the mid-2000s, the Uruguayan economy began to show signs of steady growth. The country was moving forward, shaking off the shackles of the crisis. The agricultural sector was at the forefront of this resurgence, proving that sometimes the seeds of recovery are sown in the unlikeliest of places. But the recovery was not just restricted to economic growth. It also brought about a renewed sense of optimism. The people of Uruguay started to believe in their nation's economic potential. This belief was instrumental in driving the country's progress and helped lay the foundation for future growth. As the country moved further away from the crisis, it began to build on its recovery. The government remained committed to fostering a conducive environment for businesses, attracting foreign investments, and facilitating access to international markets. This approach helped Uruguay diversify its economy, reducing its dependence on a single sector and laying the groundwork for long-term economic stability. And thus, rising from the ashes of the crisis, Uruguay found its path to economic stability. Its journey from crisis to recovery is a testament to the nation's resilience, the power of its agricultural sector, and the benefits of a balanced economic policy. But agriculture wasn't the only force propelling Uruguay's economy. A commitment to open trade was another key factor that shaped the nation's economic landscape. Uruguay, recognizing the potential of global markets, embraced a policy of open trade. This decision was not without its challenges, but it opened doors to new opportunities, expanding Uruguay's economic horizons beyond its borders. Trade agreements facilitated access to international markets, and the world began to take notice of this small South American country. It wasn't just about exporting beef and soybeans anymore. Uruguay was now trading with the giants of the world economy, establishing itself as a reliable business partner and a promising investment destination. And speaking of investment, foreign capital played a pivotal role in Uruguay's economic diversification. As the country's reputation as a stable and business-friendly environment grew, so did the influx of foreign investments. These investments were not just confined to the agricultural sector, they seeped into other areas of the economy, contributing to Uruguay's economic diversification. One sector that stood out in this diversification drive was renewable energy. Uruguay, blessed with abundant wind and solar resources, attracted significant foreign investment in this sector. This not only brought in fresh capital, but also promoted sustainable development. Uruguay was no longer just an agricultural economy. It was now a country harnessing the power of the wind and the sun, a country exploring the frontiers of renewable energy. This shift towards renewable energy also had a ripple effect on the rest of the economy. As the energy sector flourished, it fueled growth in other sectors, creating jobs and driving innovation. In turn, this growth attracted even more investment, setting off a virtuous cycle of economic expansion and diversification. Uruguay's open arms to international trade and investment paved the way for an era of diversification. The country's economy evolved, transformed, and diversified, all thanks to a combination of open trade, foreign investment, and the pursuit of sustainable development. This journey, while not without its challenges, is a testament to Uruguay's resilience and adaptability. While the economy grew, Uruguay didn't lose sight of its social responsibilities. This was evident in the country's commitment to implementing social policies that aimed to reduce poverty and inequality. The government recognized that economic growth alone was not a panacea for all societal issues. They understood that social welfare needed to be an integral part of their economic strategy. So what did these social policies look like? Well, they were broad and encompassing, spanning across education, healthcare, and social assistance programs. The government made substantial investments in these areas, acknowledging that a well-educated and healthy populace forms the backbone of a prosperous nation. By investing in education, Uruguay aimed to equip its citizens with the skills and knowledge necessary to compete in a global economy. This not only improved the country's human capital, but also facilitated upward social mobility, thereby reducing income disparities. Healthcare too received a significant boost. The government focused on ensuring access to quality healthcare services for all its citizens, regardless of their socioeconomic status. This not only improved the overall health and well-being of the population, but also protected the most vulnerable from falling into poverty due to exorbitant healthcare costs. In addition to education and healthcare, social assistance programs played a pivotal role in Uruguay's social policies. These programs provided a safety net for the most vulnerable, ensuring that they were not left behind in the march towards economic prosperity. The impact of these social policies was profound. They improved living standards, reduced income disparities, and fostered a more equitable society. Moreover, they also demonstrated that it was possible to achieve economic growth without sacrificing social welfare. Uruguay's approach serves as a testament to the importance of a balanced economic strategy, one that not only focuses on driving economic growth, but also on ensuring that the benefits of that growth are shared equitably. Thus, the Uruguayan government successfully married economic growth with social progress. It's a marriage that has not only benefited Uruguay's economy, but also its society, making the country a beacon of balanced development in the region. However, the path wasn't always smooth for Uruguay. The country has grappled with a series of challenges, each one a test of its economic resilience and adaptability. High inflation has been a recurring problem. The inflationary pressures, often fueled by external factors, have put a strain on the economy, impacting both the cost of living and business operations. Then, there's the issue of fiscal deficits. The government's commitment to social welfare often led to increased spending, sometimes resulting in budget shortfalls. These deficits necessitated austerity measures, a tough pill to swallow, but a necessary one to maintain economic stability. But perhaps the most formidable challenge came unexpectedly in the form of a global health crisis. The COVID-19 pandemic, a black swan event that shook the world to its core. Uruguay, like many other countries, was not spared. The pandemic disrupted trade, halted tourism, and forced businesses to close, resulting in a significant economic contraction. Yet, it's important to remember that these setbacks, as daunting as they were, served as catalysts for change. They compelled Uruguay to rethink its strategies, to adapt, and to innovate. They underscored the importance of economic diversification and the need for a robust digital infrastructure. Despite the hurdles, Uruguay's economy stood resilient, ready to face the future. As we look towards the future, Uruguay is gearing up for a digital revolution. The economic strategy of the country is evolving, shifting its focus towards technological innovation and digitalization. This transition is not just about keeping up with global trends, but about paving the way for a future built on a knowledge-based economy. In recent years, the Uruguayan government has made concerted efforts to foster a digital environment conducive to growth and development. From improving infrastructure to enhancing connectivity, the nation is laying the groundwork for a digital landscape that can support innovation at every level. The idea is to transform Uruguay into a hub for technology and innovation, a place where creativity meets opportunity. This is not merely about integrating technology into existing industries, but about creating a digital ecosystem that can propel the country forward. This move towards a knowledge-based economy is not without its challenges. It requires investment in education and skills development, fostering an environment that encourages innovation and entrepreneurship, and bridging the digital divide to ensure that the benefits of digitalization are accessible to all. But Uruguay is not deterred by these challenges. The country is embracing this digital revolution with open arms, recognizing the potential it holds for economic growth, job creation, and social development. With its eyes set on the horizon, Uruguay is ready to embrace the future of economic development. The country's journey towards a digital future has begun, and it is exciting to imagine what the next chapter in Uruguay's economic story will look like. So, what can we take away from Uruguay's economic journey over the past 2 decades? Well, it's a tale of resilience and innovation. In the early 2000s, Uruguay faced a deep recession, yet it rebounded, spurred on by a thriving agricultural sector and a commitment to open trade. The country's economy didn't just recover, it evolved, diversifying through foreign investments, particularly in the burgeoning renewable energy sector. Social progress was not sidelined in this economic narrative. The government took strides to reduce poverty and inequality, investing in education, healthcare, and social assistance programs, thereby enhancing living standards and narrowing income disparities. Transcending challenges like high inflation, fiscal deficits, and the recent COVID-19 pandemic, the country has been focusing on technological innovation and digitalization. This shift towards a knowledge-based economy, supported by improvements in infrastructure and connectivity, showcases Uruguay's dynamic and forward-thinking approach. In the face of adversity, Uruguay's economy has proven to be not only resilient but also dynamic and forward-thinking.